Hey guys, Pelugio here, and in this video I'm going to share with you some of my top websites which I use for inspiration for UI design and visual design. Now, I also use them for UX design, and this is a follow-up video from a recent video which I created on my favorite inspiration places for website design. So if you're interested in web design, feel free to check out the other video on my channel. But now let's get started with the very first one, which is CollectUI.com. And one of the reasons why I really like this website is due to this feature right here, which is essentially being able to select the different categories and have a filter search based on that category. Now, I think that the UI designs over here are pretty good, and a quick hack which you can use is simply to use Command plus the plus button in order to view them in a bigger size. Now, this is a great place in order to get some quick inspiration for all sorts of different apps and UI designs. So definitely worth checking it out. And I'm going to leave the link in the description of all of these sites, by the way, so feel free to check them out over there. And now let's move on to the very next one, which is UI Garage. And the reason why I really like UIGarage.net is the fact that so this is a website which is very focused on mobile apps, and you can essentially filter them just like in the previous one. So you might want just alerts for Android, and you can see all sorts of different styles which are relevant to the Android mobile versions. But if you want to go one step back and just focus on iOS alerts, you can easily do that, and you can immediately see the different styles. And sometimes this is harder to pull off in other ways because you're going to search for things like alerts UI, and you're going to find alerts of both kinds. So this is one of the reasons why whenever I'm creating a mobile app, I would find myself on UI Garage, simply because I really like this feature, and just the designs which they took overall, I think they're really good. Now let's move on with a classic. Most of you already heard of it, and they're probably using it almost on a daily basis, and that is Dribbble.com. Now, I myself am a heavy Dribbble user. I post a lot of UI designs on Dribbble, and I also consume a lot of inspiration from these designs. And I think it's the top website when it comes to UI design inspiration. And it's very easy to search elements. So let's say that I want to search, for example, web apps, or even go more granular, like with dashboards and stuff. You can easily find a whole lot of inspiration, and even animated inspiration, such as this one. Some of the talents on Dribbble are just off the chart. They're really, really good. So definitely one of my favorite places, which I heavily recommend you to check out if you're into UI and UX design. Now, moving forward, another really famous website is Behance.net. Now, Behance, I think it's definitely tailored towards both digital designers and also print and graphic design. There's a lot of really cool projects in here, and one of the cool thing about Behance is the fact that usually we'll have not only just single design shots, but entire case studies which you can literally run through. And some case studies are more, or projects are more in depth than other ones, but there's definitely a lot of room for inspiration and really learning and seeing how designers are tackling their projects, and even presenting their projects in a very cool way. So definitely worth checking out. And now let's move on to the very next website, which is Pinterest.com. Now, Pinterest, I used to go on Pinterest a lot, especially when I was first starting out, because it has a lot of designs. But one of my favorite features is the fact that you can create these groups and galleries together. So you can create mood boards within Pinterest, and yeah, that was definitely a really cool element, and I also really like the fact that you can just infinite scroll for all of these different designs. So it's really a great place to explore different designs, and this applies for both digital designs but also graphic and print design. There's definitely a lot going on in here. Now, if you're interested in websites, and again, guys, I have the other video which it goes really in depth when it comes to website inspiration places. But if I wanted to add one right here, and out of all of them, I think that awards.com is the go-to when it comes to website design inspiration. They really put in a lot of effort in finding some of the top websites out there. The animations, the layouts, the ways that they're presented are simply off the chart. They're really good, and you're going to find some amazing inspiration and websites which have been put a lot of detail and work into them. Now, one last UI design, specifically inspiration website which I want to recommend is screenlay.com. And again, I really like the fact that they have these easy galleries, and some of the designs here are really cool. I like how there is like this distancing between one and another, and yeah, it's just very clean website. It's organized in categories which are quite relevant, and overall I think it's a nice place to go on and find some UI designs. Now, I hope this video was helpful, and I want to remind you that I just launched a free UI UX course on how to get started in this field. So feel free to check it out, and I'm going to leave the link in the description, as well as feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in seeing more of these videos. I post almost daily, and I have over 400 videos on my YouTube channel, and I myself have been a UI UX designer for over 8 years now. So I'm sharing all my knowledge and essentially what I wanted to learn when I was first starting out on the channel. So feel free to check it out. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.